I think what it means to be a Hindu in this world is really, and especially in the United States, taking a religious tradition that's so ancient and finding modern applications for it, eternal truths that are still applicable in today's life, of selfless service, of loving devotion to God, of seeing the divine in all of existence, and especially in a world where we have religious strife, where we have issues of depleting our natural resources, of poverty and hunger. There's so much that we can be drawing from Hindu teachings that can help us all become better human beings in eliminating a lot of these issues that we face. I think as the world becomes smaller, we're kind of seeing two struggles. We're seeing Hindus defining themselves and what they believe in, as well as seeing what other traditions see Hinduism as. And there's a conflict there. And so as the world gets smaller, while there's an environment in which misunderstandings can grow, there's also that opportunity to allay those misunderstandings through interfaith conversations and religious literacy between traditions. For the Hindu tradition as a whole, I think it's, for the diaspora, already we've come in contact with other traditions, but I think as the world gets smaller, even those who still remain in India, where the majority of Hindus are, and other countries as well, Indonesia, Malaysia, Hindus throughout the world are able to engage with one another and feel the universal spirit of the tradition. I think the parts of the Hindu tradition that are easiest for people to expect or to accept are the belief in an immanent and transcendent divine, and the practical application of that, of the divine being throughout all existence, really provides a platform in which we can address a lot of the issues that we face as a global community, environmental issues, health issues, poverty issues. I think what's most challenging is sometimes the dichotomies that you see in the oughts of religion and the ises of religion, and seeing the practices of the Hindu tradition in India, and seeing some of the social practices that people say. While many of them are cultural and social, what tends to happen is social cultural gets conflated with the spiritual and religious, and primarily issues such as caste or other social ills in India that affect religious traditions across the board do have a tendency, because the religious tradition of India that's the majority is the Hindu tradition, understanding where this universal existence is divine, where that can correlate with some of the social ills that we see, is probably the most challenging. I think, first of all, to come to an event like this is just such an honor and privilege. The spiritual energy that's here with so many learned people from every religious tradition is really something that's unique, and I'm really happy that I've had this chance in my lifetime to see this, to see religious traditions come together and talk about, of course, the shared values, but also discuss the differences, which I think is also very important, is a good opportunity. And for the Hindu community, really beginning to engage not just nationally but internationally, and bringing about our perspectives from the practitioner's point of view is important, because the most of the West has known the Hindu tradition not necessarily through experience but through academic study, and from there you get a sociological or anthropological viewpoint, or maybe even a literary viewpoint, but not necessarily the perspective from those who are believers. And I think that this platform provides a wonderful opportunity for Hindus worldwide to come and share their experiences with a tradition that they draw a lot of inspiration from.